GFL. Welcome to the second showing of GFL Season 2. We have a pretty good match for y'all today. I'm sorry that the thing got cut short. Apparently, the game is starting here soon, so it should be pretty quick to get into the game. So that's always good. But manager's sorting out the code right now. Let's go ahead and talk about our game today. We have Manchester City versus Atletico Madrid. Now, we've seen especially Manchester City in the transfer window a lot this season, so it's gonna be fun to see some of those new players on their professional debuts, and hopefully we'll see some good things out of them. Obviously, Axie on Manchester City and Bully on Manchester City, who are all very good, and Super Shark, can't forget him. He's not gonna be here today, or I don't have Super Shark or Game Hunter, because they're actually both in their games right now. But let's go ahead and come down to the pre-game right now, and let's take a look. Remember, new teams. Transfer window has been really big this season, and so it's gonna be fun to see what those new players can really do and bring to the squad. Obviously, we have some of the OGs like Gushi at Atletico Madrid and Tio. I think he was at Atletico last season. Manchester City had Super last season, so they're all going to be pretty experienced. These experienced players, we're going to see what they can do compared to these new players that these teams just got out of the off-season transfer. But let's take a look at our players to watch out for Atletico Madrid. Gushi, obviously, one of the best players. He was definitely, in my opinion, by far the best player last season, and this season should see nothing less from him. For Manchester City, we actually have a special one here, Super Shark. Now, we would think like maybe Bully or Axie would be some of the best, but I think we gotta watch out for Super Shark here. I mean, he's been putting in the hours. We always see him online on Super League Soccer, so it's gonna be pretty fun to see what he can really do for them. Let's see. We're gonna wait for the code here. I think honestly, if you're both of these teams have the attack. I think Atletico does have a little bit better defense, honestly, in my opinion. So Manchester City, they're gonna have to find a way to break that brick wall down, and put the ball in the back of the net quite a few times, because Atletico also, in my opinion, has the better offense. I think Manchester City are going in here as the underdogs. I think most people are predicting Atletico completely tears through Manchester City, but I think it's gonna be a little bit of a closer game than that. Both teams, especially with Manchester City's transfer window, they're pretty on par with each other. So it's gonna be really fun to see that. Remember, it's a completely new season with new teams. Both these teams are contenders for the championship, the Champions League trophy, and it's gonna be fun to see them battle it out here early on. But let's come back to the desk real quick. Sadly, I do not have any of my co-commentators with me. It is just me. I'm Dark Emerald, and we're gonna talk about what I need to expect to see from some of these teams if they wanna have the chance to win. So obviously, for if you're Manchester City, you've really gotta step your game up. I mean, we saw them. They lost to yesterday. They lost to Tottenham and Jomo Ware by pretty much a landslide. So they really have to play really well against this Atletico Madrid team if they want to even really have a chance. And I mean, if you're Atletico, you really got to be playing just how you've been playing all season long. I mean, they've been really good for the past year in GFL, and it's gonna be really fun to see them hopefully pop off. Hopefully see some some amazing goals from Tio and Gushi there. Obviously, Tio, the World Cup winner, coming back to his home club of Atletico. And yeah, we're gonna see what happens there. While we're waiting for the code, we're gonna go to intermission. But as soon as I get the code, I'll bring y'all right back. All right, GFL. I have been informed that we are getting the code extremely shortly here. So let's go ahead and add on to what we said earlier. If you just joined, Manchester City versus Atletico, probably one of the more high quality games of the day today. Obviously, we saw Atletico. They're gonna do really well. They've been doing really well all season here. If you're Manchester City, you're going in as the underdog. You have the opportunity to prove everyone wrong. I mean, it's a completely new season. It's a completely new Manchester City. The lineups are going to be completely different. As we already talked about, the transfer window was absolutely crucial for Manchester City. Really, they traded off Chad for Axie, and probably one of the best trades. I mean, honestly, one of the best trades of the season, in my opinion. So we're gonna hope to see some big things from some of those new players, and we're also gonna really need to see some of those new players or old players, the original players from 2022 to 2023 Manchester City. We're really gonna need them to pop off, because I mean, if everybody isn't playing their best, I think Atletico's gonna run away with this game. Sadly, we do not have Super Shark or Game Hunter to join us today on the desk. We might get them a little bit later, but they are currently in their own respective games as of right now. So we're just waiting for the code at this point. And let's go back to the desk for a second. And now let's keep in mind while this game is panning out, that Manchester City they haven't really played a fair bit of games, but it looks like as it stands right now, Atletico is finding a VIP host for the server. It looks like we're going EU first leg, so we've seen that a lot from Manchester City. I don't know if it's some game tactic, but they always seem to go EU first, even though they're an NA team. I think they want to kind of be able to put points up on the board a little bit later. So they always want to be in the best position to win the game later on. So we'll see how that pans out for both of the teams, really. Because I mean, if you're Atletico, hello. If you're Atletico, you really want to minimize the points that Manchester City have put on, because Manchester City, since the transfer window, have one of the best attacks in the entire league so far. So we're going to see what they can do. I mean, it's really, but this is going to be, in my opinion, a defensive game. I think when it comes down to it, if you don't have the defense to support your offense, it's really not going to work for any of these teams. And I think both of them have the capabilities to get the defense, pumped up and working at full speed. But you really need those defenses to step up, especially for Manchester City going in as the underdogs. You cannot let Atletico put up more than put up more than 5 points in the EU leg, in this first leg, because I mean, if you do, I think even if you're NA next leg, it's not gonna work. But the code, we just got the code. We are getting into the game right now, so we're gonna go ahead and join that up for right now, and we'll get this game going. And I mean, obviously, if you're both of these teams, this is a must-win, because if you're Manchester City and you don't win this, you have to face the amazing team of Newcastle, and you really can't take two losses. So, and not saying that they have 100% chance of losing, but against Newcastle, but that's gonna be one of the more tough games that we've seen of them all season. So one of the toughest games that they have. And I mean, if you're Atletico, it's going to be it's not as much of a must win as it is for Manchester City, but I mean, really, I don't know who Atletico plays next round of the tournament, but you just can't have too many losses racking up, especially from these I don't want to say bubble team, but more or less bubble team than teams like Real Madrid or the really good teams, So they really needed to step up, perform like they did last season. It's about the consistency for Atletico Madrid. Obviously, we've seen Gushi, a completely consistent person throughout the entire tournament last season. But, I mean, Tio, he wasn't as consistent as we thought he might have been. He in the we saw in that World Cup final, Tio completely popped off. But, I mean, in the semifinals and quarterfinals, he didn't do that good. So, I think we're going to need to see a bunch of that from him, especially going into this relatively easy game. So that's gonna be fun to see. But as we have the teams practicing right now, getting ready for their second game of the season. So let's take a look at some of the games we have coming up here in the next hour or so. Let's find the schedule. The schedule is appearing to be a lot harder to find than I thought it was. I do not know. Like, there's no way they deleted it. Okay, I don't know where the schedule went, but the schedule does not appear to be here. That is not good. I don't know what happened. I genuinely don't. What the heck? Okay. It's got to be here somewhere. Okay. Never mind. I don't think. I don't know. the fixtures are not here. Okay. Well, that's good to see. But we know that we have some games coming up. I know Chelsea versus Real Madrid is actually happening right now, so that's gonna be a fun one. Probably a blowout for Real Madrid there. Obviously the Champions League winners there, so that's gonna be good to see what they can do against Chelsea. Which honestly Chelsea weren't as active in the transfer window as I thought they would be. Going in from that pretty terrible season that they had in season 1, we thought they might up their transfer window game, but I mean really they haven't really, honestly. So that is kind of weird, but I don't know what's taking so long, but the match has not started yet for some reason, so that's just amazing. All right, so the game is going to take a little bit longer to start than we thought it would, so we're going to go ahead and go to an intermission here real quick, and then we'll bring y'all back when the game is about to start. All right, GFL, we are back. It looks like the game is about to start. So, finally, a little bit, 14 minutes off schedule. So, that isn't too bad, but don't know what's happened. I don't know what happened about that, but the ref has finally gotten in, and so we're gonna be in this game here shortly. All right, so let's. If this game don't start here soon, I'm gonna be annoyed, but it should start here soon. The referee is in finally, but yeah, I don't know what that's about. If we look at the chat, we see that Manchester City is having a little bit of a team morale issue from SHM1414. It appears to be he's muted in the team's VC, so that's not good. We want to see the teams at full confidence today, because they are going to need it. They need to play at 100% skill level. This isn't a Premier League game. This is a Champions League game. So they need to do pretty good here, because it looks like the teams are about to start. It looks like you're going to have Manchester City on your left going into the game. Manchester City to your left. Atletico de Madrid to your right. And they're probably going to restart the game here because Atletico Madrid has a grand total of 2 people in. So that's nice. Good to see. Actually, driving in. He's into the box. And he gets it around the keeper. That probably isn't going to count. But is this counting? I don't think so. I think this is probably just a practice round. See, trying to pull off some stunts. Gets stolen by Axie. Axie here. He's gonna be probably one of the best players for Manchester City. We're gonna need to see him. We're gonna need to see him popping off today because they're going against the towers. Some would say of or what do they call it? Not the towers. They call it like the. I don't know what they call it. The good team of Atletico Madrid. So. All right. I don't think this is the real game. I'm gonna be honest. I think this is a fake game. But we're seeing some good things from Atletico Madrid in the training. A good steal there, so that's gonna be pretty good to see from them. And in the 2v3, they're getting pretty close to or not the 2v3, the 7v3. They're getting pretty close. Game Hunter just kind of throws it straight down the field. We're gonna need to see some good stuff from him. And the game is restarting. I think we're gonna have the. We're gonna see the game here shortly, and hopefully we don't get another mishap from Atletico. But yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be. I don't know if that was supposed to be a the thing that was actually supposed to be happening or not. But I don't know. All right. Well, we have the entire team of Manchester City in. That's good. All right. It looks like Atletico is joining their side. I think the game is gonna start here soon. Let's just confirm if this is the real one. It appears it is, or not. Atletico is. Oh wait, Atletico. Now Atletico in the midfield. It looks like we're having a real game here. The Atletico keeper is not in. That's gonna be not good for them. But now Atletico to Tio gets stolen. Great defense there from Manchester City. Now we see them on the counter attack. He's got a lot of space. Now we see Atletico sending all their players forward. Atletico off the back wall. Sorry, I had to change the score there for a second. And now Super in the midfield up to Axie. Axie's got some space. He sends it forward, but it's a great steal there. And now Atletico upfield. He's got a lot of space here to Tio on the right wing. He's going into the box. He shoots it. And it goes straight into the back of the net. Not good defense there from Manchester City. Not something you want to be seeing there. But just like that, Atletico get there first to tie the game 1-1. Axie sends it to the center mid. Pretty sure that's Bellingham. And now Axie, a great steal there from the Atletico defender. Axie, hard pressing Atletico. Atletico dishes it out to the keeper. Sends it to his right. Right wing now has some space. And now they're in the box. He sends it off the backboard. He shoots it, but it goes just wide. And Man City, a great clear, but now, and a great steal there from Game Hunter. And Game Hunter up to Hafuda Hack. And now Axie, a bit of a miscommunication there. And Atletico gets some breathing room. Send it forward to their left wing. He's pressured. He's going to have to cross here. He doesn't. He takes it himself. He actually gets around both. He sends it off the backboard for the bicycle. It wasn't there. And now Hack. He sends it up to his right. Axie, a little bit of a miss there. Now Atletico back in the midfield. Atletico need to pressure here. Manchester City, good defense here. And now a little bit of a glitch there. And the ball is sent to the midfield. Recovered by Atletico. And now Atletico gets past Super Shark. Up to the box. Nobody's there. Just a swarm of blue. And now Game Hunter with a crucial tackle there to pretty much save Manchester City there. He's driving it forward. He has nobody on him. What is Atletico doing here? Nobody knows, but now that's some good defense there. It's a good reception there for Manchester City, who sends it forward. Axie's got it, but it's a good steal there. And now on the counterattack, he's got Tio in front of him. He sakes it himself. And now they've got it close to the box here. He sends it forward into the box, off the header, and it goes straight in, top corner. And Atletico take the lead by 1. And if you're Manchester City, the defense has been really doing good here. Keeper still sitting on about 0 saves. That's not something you want to see. Obviously, Pietrach, a really good goalkeeper that Manchester City needs to rely on here, but not a good pass from Axie there. Their star player, Axie, making some crucial mistakes here in this first leg. Tio driving forward. Tio's going to take it himself into the box, but a good save there. And just what we were talking about, Manchester's keeper, here she comes with a beautiful save there, but now Hack has the ball stolen from him by Atletico, and another save! And I think the Manchester City goalkeeper heard that one, took it personally, and came up with 2 beautiful saves. Now Atletico on the back foot, sends it in to their midfield, and now sends it forward. Tio on the right wing. He takes it into the box. Lots of space, and a good clear there. Straight back to Tio, though. Not good. And it's just over. A bad pass from Tio. And now it's a race to the ball. 2 versus 1. Axie makes a good insta tackle there. A little bit risky there from Manchester City. And now Super with the ball. Sends it off the backboard. Super with the bicycle kick. Sends it bottom left to tie the game. A beautiful bicycle there from Super Shark. And Manchester City get their second. So, and as most people thought, Atletico would be up by at least far more than 2, far more than what they are by now. Manchester City's defense has been popping off recently. 2 goals let up by one of the best attacking offenses in the league, sorry. But a miss there from Bellingham. Game Hunter with an absolutely amazing steal. He's got Axie. Surely Axie scores this. He can't miss it here. He misses it, but off the rebound. Puts it in. And we've seen some mistakes from Axie there. We almost saw another one, but he gets his first goal. And now Atletico back to their center mid. Dishes it out to their left back. And now he's got a lot of space here. He's got Axie to his right. Passes it over to his right. A big miss there from Atletico, and that's going to send it straight to Man City. Man City, they're going to have it in their own corner here. If Axie gets it first, he doesn't. And Atletico does get some breathing room. But now, Manchester City caught too far up. And Tio, he's going to have an open shot here. But Game Hunter! Game Hunter with 5 amazing tackles just in this first leg. Definitely Manchester City's best defender as it stands. And he could have another one here. Some good defense from Manchester City, but one mistake there leads to an opening off the backboard. Sends it in, but a save! What a save there from Manchester City. Their defense absolutely tearing up the offense. Now Axie with another opening. Sends it off the backboard. He sends it in, and that's a goal! And Manchester City, with just under 3 minutes left, find themselves up by 2 goals. Axie with a brace here in this first leg already. And I mean, if you're Atletico, you thought this was going to be a free game, and now their center mid is completely AFK. This is not good. We were talking about Manchester City coming into this game as the underdog. We thought Atletico was going to win here. But just the defense, and Game Hunter with another amazing tackle. And now, not a good pass there, though. And now Bellingham makes a big mistake there. And it leads to a big opening. This could be dangerous for Manchester City. They send it in. And a little bit of a slow roller there. Somehow gets by Pietruch, and Manchester City's defense cuts this lead into 1. Manchester City should not have let that happen. The keeper makes a big mistake there. And now Bellingham gets it past 1. Up to Axie. Axie's got the ball. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous. Actually, he takes it himself, but a little bit of a miss there from Axie. Didn't really click right, and the keeper, an easy save there. Now a big opening here, actually. He gets it past 2. He makes both of them dive. But I don't know who that was, either it was Game Hunter or Bellingham. A really techie play there from Manchester City. Leads to a good clear. And now Axie with the steal there. Now, wait, that's Tio, actually. And now Tio, a good save there. And now, Super Shark. He's got a lot on him. The pressure. And now, look at this. Manchester City have a big opening here. And now Axie sends it to the corner. If Axie gets there first, this could be really dangerous. He does. He has nobody on him. The chip shot comes out, and it's just over the bar. And a big mistake there from Axie. We've seen a lot of that from him today. Not good for Manchester City as the star player. And now the keeper. And Game Hunter with an absolutely amazing reception. He's going to drive it in here. The pass to Axie. Axie with an opening. The chip shot. And he misses again. And off the rebound, he finally puts it in. With the absolutely amazing pass from Game Hunter up to Axie. Axie's miss, but off the rebound, he redeems himself once again for a second time to get his hat trick. And now, sends in a long shot. And I don't know what happened there, but that's the end of the game. Manchester City actually takes the first leg 5-3. So, I mean, really, if you're Manchester City, you've seen some good things from your team today. Now, keep in mind that was the first leg, and that was an NA leg. So, Atletico Madrid did have the little bit of a disadvantage there. But as we can see, our match MVP Axie, obviously with his hat trick. But obviously, we got to give a shout out to Game Hunter, honestly. I mean, Game Hunter, he did really well that game, honestly, with some beautiful tackles on the back half. And that's my best defensive player pick for the game as it stands right now. So as we come back to the desk here, let's take a look at our statistics. Axie line with that obviously that hat trick. We saw a lot of mistakes from him though, so most of those goals were off the rebound. An unlucky bounce for Atletico, but they do pull through with the 5-3 win. So, I mean, if you're thinking about it, Manchester City in one of the best positions they've had all season, honestly. And you really want to keep that up. So going into the second leg, you can't let that up. So as we get into the second leg here, if you're the manager of Atletico, I mean, what you want to see from them in the second leg, what you want to see from your team is, in my opinion, better offense. The defense was doing pretty good for Atletico, but I mean that Tio offense, that Tio and Gushi offense didn't really work out for them. So obviously only 5 goals let up in the NA leg as well. So that's good to see from them. But as we get into our second leg here, Manchester City going in with one of the best opportunities they're ever gonna have, and honestly in the entire season for them. So it's gonna be crucial for them to stay in that league in that lead. Sorry, obviously this is the European leg, so it's gonna be a lot harder for them. The defense is gonna need to almost predict their every move, so that's gonna be not very good to play against. Obviously, we have Gushi coming in here in this EU leg. So if as we talk about Manchester City's defense, honestly, a player that we haven't really talked about, Game Hunter, he did really well that game, and Atletico in the game. We also see Tio on that right wing, so he's gonna need to pop off. We didn't really see a lot from Tio. Obviously one of the better players on that team, but we didn't really see a lot from him. And I think we're going into this second leg here shortly. they just gotta reset the game, and then they'll be good. But you know, if you're any of these teams, you really gotta oh, no, I'm not going to say keep up what you've been doing, but we see a little bit of a confidence from Game Hunter. That's funny to see, but obviously for Atletico, you can't do the exact same things you've been doing, really. you got to step up your offense, and as far as the defensive side of things go, Manchester City, your defense has to really play on their A game in this leg. Obviously, the EU leg is really going to hinder that, but a 2-goal lead going into the second leg for Manchester City. Obviously, it's going to be hard to keep against an EU team in an EU leg. So I mean, we're going to see what both of these teams can really do to adapt to their opponents almost, and really get ready for the second leg. Obviously, Super123 in the chat says he's ready. Wonky also ready. Looks like we're going into our game here. Gonna get the game started here soon. And so if you take a look, Jer at the left forward and Tio at the right forward for Atletico. Which is, honestly, I think Tio was on the left forward last game. I don't really know. So a little bit of a change there. Maybe he's left-handed. I don't know, but whatever it is. But The game is starting here. A little bit of a camera mishap. Let's go ahead and fix that. We can't. Okay. And now, with the game underway, second leg, Manchester City up 5-3. And now Super, he's got a little bit of an opportunity here, but he passes it kind of straight to Atletico there. A big mishap there. And now Game Hunter, we can obviously say that lag, and now Game Hunter gets tackled there. Now it's a big opening for Atletico. A big opening. That goes straight into the back of the net. And whether it was the ping or whether it was the skill, Atletico gets their first goal there. I don't really know what was happening there. I was also lagging. Remember, I am streaming from North America, so it's a little bit laggy on my end as well. But now Axie, he's got an opening here. He sends it to Bellingham, but a miss from Bellingham. Bellingham is going to blame it on the ping in chat. We have Gamerson at the left back this time. But now, Tio, he's going to come forward and send it off the backboard. But a miss there. He gets the rebound and sends it in. A beautiful save there from Pietrus to give Manchester City some breathing room in their left back half. Sends it forward. Axie is wide open here. Super Shark to his right. I don't know if that was a pass or if that was a self-pass, but he sends it off the backboard either way. And a lag. I don't know what happened there, really. But now Game Hunter somehow has the ball. And now Tio completely cherry-picked. I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, but Tio had a complete opportunity there. And now Game Hunter gets tackled, but Pietrus with a beautiful save. I mean, these teams are just making mistakes left, right, and center. And now Gamerson gets ghosted by the ball. Not a good thing, but Game Hunter, they only one back to defend. A little bit of a bad no man's land, but now a miss there from Atletico. What is happening with these teams? And finally, Atletico puts it in the back of the net to tie the series 5-5. So I don't know what happened there, but both of these teams kind of and now we have a pitch invader, actually. I don't know how that happened, but he's here somehow. But now Axie, he's got a big opening here. Surely he doesn't miss this one. He sends it, and he brings the series to 6-5. Manchester City cutting the second leg lead in half for Atletico. That's good signs for Manchester City there. Up by 1 in the leg still. Or the series still, my bad. And now, Super on the defensive side. And Game Hunter gets completely faked out there by Atletico. Atletico off the backboard. Sends it straight to the back of the net. And Atletico get their third. A hat trick for him. And now Atletico find themselves tied in the series again. Somehow that pitch invader is still there. I don't know when the freaking security is going to come get him. Pietrus out to Gamerson. Gamerson in the left back position. Sends it forward to Bellingham, but he gets tackled. And now Atletico in the midfield. Up to Tio on the right. Tio in the box. Tio off the backboard. Tio with the bicycle. Sends it to the back of the net. And Atletico take the lead in the series. 6-7. 6-7. I'm pretty sure that's right. Now Axie dishes it out to Game Hunter. Big miss there from Game Hunter, but it's going to be fine. Game Hunter has some space here. Sends it up to Bellingham. A beautiful reception from Bellingham on the high ping. And now Axie in the left. Axie off the backboard. Axie gets a perfect tackle there from Atletico's defense. And Game Hunter pushes a little bit too far forward. But Atletico goes straight backwards. And now it's a race to the ball. 2 in blue, 1 in red. Super on the right. Sends it to Bellingham. Bellingham sends it to Axie, who has a huge opening here. And Axie off the backboard. Axie, not a good self-pass off the backboard, but he tries to redeem himself, and the keeper punches that straight out. And big mistakes from Manchester City here. Can't have that happen. Remember, Atletico is in the lead by 1 now in the series. And now Atletico, they're wide open here. And now, another goal for Atletico. Sorry, I was reading chat. Didn't see that happen. Hafuda King has said that Axie is not playing, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's Axie, and Bellingham isn't playing. That okay? I don't know. My mistake. But now up to not Bellingham, up to not Axie, and not Axie. A miss there, and not Bellingham. Back again, not Bellingham off the backboard, puts it in the back of the net. And now Manchester City, they get one back. They're still down by 1 in the series. So, a big mistake there from Atletico. And now Atletico out to Tio. Tio gets ghosted, and now not Bellingham with the past the freaking pitch invader or whatever the heck that guy is. And now a miss there from Gamerson, and Tio, he's got a big opening here. Game Hunter tries to tackle Murray, but Piotrowicz gets there first, punches the ball out. Good stuff there from Manchester City, but now Piotrowicz with a big mistake, and now Gamerson with another big mistake. And now Atletico, they're sending it forward. A miss there. Atletico in the Manchester City corner. Gamerson and Super Shark on the defense. And now Atletico to the back of the net, but Piotrowicz is there to block it. Now Piotrowicz, he's got options. He looks for Super. He connects with Super. And now Super up to not Bellingham. Not Bellingham. He's got Axie in front of him, but he's going to take it himself into the back. Not off the backboard, actually. A chip shot straight to the back of the net. And Manchester City tie the series. Just as we thought, you know, in the back of our minds, we were thinking, uh-oh, Atletico might run away with it here. Manchester City get 2 back to tie the series yet again. And now a substitution here from Atletico. Their center mid gets changed, but now it might have been a good choice because now they put it straight into the back of the net. And a big mistake there from the keeper. Misses the ball completely and goes into the back of the net for Atletico to take the series by 1. Now, not Axie to not Bellingham. Not Bellingham to Game Hunter. Game Hunter isn't there. Atletico is getting ghosted. Now, Tio, he's wide open in theory, and he puts a shot, and it's an Mbappe goal, but it's a goal nonetheless. And just like that, Atletico find themselves up by 2 in the series. And now we really start to think maybe they're running away with it here, but don't count Manchester City out just yet. In the midfield, Super up to not Axie. Miss there, and that's not good. Not something you want to see there. And now, that's a miss there from Atletico, but it goes straight to Tio on the left. Tio out to nobody, and not Bellingham is there to pick the ball up and clear it. Now Atletico on the defensive side, send it straight forward. And now, again, tiki-taka for Atletico here. Tio off the backboard into the box. And a little bit of a bounce shot there, and I don't know what happened. But that ends up in a goal. And now Atletico kind of running away with the series here. They're up by 3 in the series. Not good for Manchester City going into this about just under 2 minutes left. Now Atletico, again, they've got a lot of space here. Game Hunter, the only one back. He tries to send it in himself, but it gets off the rebound. Sent into the back of the net, and that might just be the nail in the coffin for Manchester City. Atletico kind of running away with it here. And now Super Shark AFK for a little bit. Game Hunter up to not Axie, but wasn't really going anywhere, was it? And now a little bit of an unsportsmanlike move here. Atletico holding the ball in this final minute. Down by 4, Manchester City in the series. Game Hunter, a good tackle there to not Axie. Not Axie to not Bellingham. Not Bellingham's got space. And not Bellingham puts a shot up, but he misses. But off the rebound, he does put it in. It's not going to be enough. And with 30 seconds left, they've got to score 3 goals. I don't think combined with the time it takes to get downfield and the time it takes to replay, it's even possible. And yeah, Atletico up to Tio. This is not good, but not Bellingham makes a good save. And up to not Axie. And now not Axie. In the midfield. And now off the backboard. And now not Bellingham. He's got a chance here. He puts it in, but still, it isn't going to be enough. And by 1 goal, Manchester City loses the game. Some people are saying 14-10, but it was only by 1 goal. So, just like that, Atletico Madrid come back in the second leg to win it. So, if we go ahead and look at our stats here. Let's go to our post-match real quick. And we're going to talk about this game. So, I did get disconnected. But let's go to our post-match and match MVP kind of falling off the screen there a little bit. But we see Jars gets match MVP with his brace in the second leg. So let's come back to our desk. A 4-9 to Atletico. So let's come to our desk. And just as I predicted, Atletico did take the win, but only by 1 goal. So, I mean, if you're Manchester City, you've got to at least be proud of yourself for that. A good performance from all the teams, but in the end, it was just pure I'm better than you, and Atletico took the win here. So next week we have our next games. Manchester City going against Newcastle. So they need to come off of this good loss in my opinion against one of the best teams in the league, really, and they need to really carry that energy over to Newcastle. But if you're Atletico, you've got to be, even though they did win, they almost lost. And you really just can't let that happen, especially against some of these, again, I don't like to say it, but bubble teams, in my opinion. So they've really gotta find what really went wrong. They had all their star players, Gushi, Tio, and they had their goalkeeper. So I don't know if it was the Game Hunters' immaculate defense that Atletico just couldn't handle that well, but they almost took the loss here against this Manchester City team, which we thought was going to be a complete blowout. But let's not get off track here. Atletico did take the win by 1. Next week, I will see y'all. Hopefully, I'll have my co-commentators. But until then, have a good rest of your weekend.